Right now, live at 5, a push in Washington and here at home to get all students back in the classroom. With that comes a push for more vaccinations, what the Biden administration has planned to make that happen. Plus,
how Ashland County Public Health is using math equations to organize their vaccine clinics.
And help could be on the way for rural hospitals on the front line of the pandemic. In this week's Black History Month series, we're taking a closer look at a local trailblazer.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look at the White House, where the American Rescue Plan and infrastructure are on the agenda today as President Biden meets with the leaders of several major labor unions. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. The Biden administration is also stepping up efforts on testing as it continues the push to get children back in school by the end of the president's first 100 days in office. Natalie Brand is at the White House with more.
President Biden and Vice President Harris are meeting with labor leaders at the White House to discuss the administration's COVID relief plan and infrastructure. The White House COVID-19 response team reiterated the president's promise during Tuesday's televised CNN town hall, in which he said by the end of July there will be enough doses to vaccinate all Americans.
Johnson & Johnson contract commits Johnson & Johnson to deliver 100 million doses by the end of June. Johnson & Johnson is at the FDA for evaluation right now.
The president also clarified that his goal is to get students kindergarten through 8th grade back in the classroom during his first 100 days in office. Dr. Anthony Fauci said vaccinating teachers is a priority, but not a prerequisite.
That doesn't take away from the fact that we strongly support the vaccination of teachers.
Wednesday, the White House announced it will invest around $1.6 billion to support testing in schools and underserved populations, the production of critical testing supplies, and increased genome sequencing. Meanwhile, a group of scientists sent an open letter to the Biden administration demanding better ventilation and required use of N95 masks in high-risk workplaces.
The reason we're changing masks or encouraging better masking, for one, is that this new variant that's coming in is much more transmissible.
It's a concern for the administration's health experts, too, who are urging the public to remain vigilant and continue to practice mask wearing and social distancing, as well as getting the vaccine when eligible.
Biden administration officials continue to call on Congress to pass the American Rescue Plan to provide more COVID relief funding. The House is expected to take up a bill as soon as next week. Minnesota's governor is following suit, saying it's time for all students to return to the classroom. Governor Tim Walz offered new guidance for districts today. He says middle and high schoolers can return to either hybrid or fully in-person learning next week. Elementary students are already learning in person, at least part-time. Walz says infection rates are dropping and the number of people being vaccinated is going up, including nearly 25% of teachers. He says kids need to get back to learning.
The sacrifices that were made by students and parents and teachers and administrators and school boards and everyone across the state, learning continued to happen. But we know that the best learning happens when they're in classrooms and when we're with educators in front of them and they're with their peers.
Walz said he expects all schools to offer students some form of in-person learning by March 8th. Families can still choose to keep their students learning from home. Well, vaccine clinics are ramping up across the Northland. More doses plus more patients could equal longer wait times for people getting the shot. CBS3's Emma Quinn shares how Ashland clinics are using math to keep wait times down.
With 210 vaccine appointments in 3 hours for the clinic, Memorial medical staff have determined a patient will need to be seated for a vaccine every 51 seconds. With the use of simple math equations and algorithms, clinic staff have found ways to pace their vaccine appointments so no patient has a long wait time. Those algorithms are based on how many vaccines they are receiving and how long the clinic is open for. Staff looked at other vaccine clinics in northwestern Wisconsin to learn how they were operating when planning for the clinics. The goal is to get vaccine recipients in and out as quickly quickly and efficiently as possible.
So if we have big queues and waiting lines or unpredictable queues and waiting lines, somebody might have to sit longer, or they might have to sit and they're not able to, or they might need a wheelchair ride when they weren't previously planning on that. So that's where the consistency really comes in.
After every clinic, organizers meet the following day to go over the data and see if there are areas they can improve on for the next clinic. Now, last week's clinic had to be postponed due to the state not sending the hospital any vaccines. Staff say that's part of the planning process, knowing the supply and demand is always changing.
Thanks, Emma. Everyone at today's clinic received their first dose of the vaccine. And just a reminder, we have set up a local vaccine information center on our website to make sure you can stay up to date on the latest information as it becomes available. You can find that on CBS3Duluth.com. Help is on the way for rural Minnesota hospitals on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. A new bipartisan bill in the U.S. Senate will make smaller hospitals eligible for programs like Paycheck Protection, which were previously only available to larger health centers. The PPP Access for Rural Hospitals Act was introduced by U.S. Senators Tina Smith and Roger Wicker. Smith says the pandemic has taken a toll on smaller hospitals that weren't eligible for assistance, and keeping those hospitals afloat is critical for the communities they serve.
Those rural hospitals haven't been eligible for the Paycheck Protection Program. So this bipartisan bill would change that. It would allow them to apply for and receive those forgivable loans.
Smith also said vaccination efforts are continuing to improve as a national strategy develops, and residents in rural communities are a top priority. A Minnesota congressman is now a leader on a Washington committee tasked with handling energy and mining issues. Congressman Pete Stauber was appointed ranking member on the House Natural Resources Subcommittee on Energy and Mineral Resources. The group oversees energy production and mining on federal lands. Stauber is a Republican representing Minnesota's 8th congressional district. He says this role will allow him to fight for mining and energy jobs here in the Northland. Well, tonight we're learning 4 people were arrested and 2 police officers were injured after 2 separate car chases in Duluth and Superior today. The first happened around 11:30 this morning. Superior and Duluth police officers tried to arrest a man near the 2000 block of Hammond Avenue. He was wanted for several violent crimes. The man took off in a car driving at 2 DPD investigators. They have minor injuries. He also damaged a garage and multiple vehicles, including police cars. The pursuit ended near 40th Avenue West and I-35 in Duluth. Police arrested the man and a woman who was riding as a passenger. And just 30 minutes later, 2 Superior officers were on their way back to the city when they saw a known suspended driver in the 600 block of Grand Avenue. That person drove away from the attempted stop, eventually abandoning the car and fleeing on foot with a passenger. Officers arrested both a short time later. Duluth leaders are apologizing after residents were charged too much too early for stormwater fees. The city council approved a nearly 75-cent increase last summer. It was supposed to take effect in January, but it was pushed back to July because of the pandemic. But homeowners were mistakenly charged for the increase last month anyway. To make up for it, the city will now start the rate hike this August. The money will help pay for repairs to the city's aging stormwater system. A community in northern St. Louis County hasn't had water for 3 days. Winton is a few miles outside of Ely. Leaders there say they learned of the water main break early Monday morning. Crews have been trying to fix it since then. They've gotten water back for about half of Winton's 116 residents. They hope to fix the issue for the rest of the town by tonight. Well, Dave's here for a first look at the weather. At least those crews out working near Winton are dealing with a little warmer temperatures.
Yeah, a little bit warmer
Yeah.
indeed. You know, they're right on the shore of Fall Lake there on the edge of the BWCA, but warmer by the lake doesn't hold true when you ice over to about the tune of 2 to 3 feet. So great fishing conditions out there in fall these days, but hopefully things get better for the folks in town and their water starts to flow. Little snow is trying to flow from a low pressure system that's down to our south, coming out of South Dakota, skirting along the Iowa border, and we can see it's bringing a little bit of light stuff right now. Let's take a live look at what's going on towards Hibbing Chisholm. And the sky is gray, and there are a few flurries there as well, but it's really not coming down to beat the band. And I'll show you a chart on how much could come across in a few more minutes, but right now I'll show you the short-term forecast, which says it is much warmer. Tonight, light snow and a low of 0. Maybe inland places like Winton could go to 10 below. But tomorrow afternoon, 15 above and becoming partly sunny. This won't be a long-lived storm system. Any more snow coming our way this week? I'll let you know with the 7-day forecast in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, Split Rock Lighthouse is gearing up for tourism season, and a sled dog race is set to run this weekend. More on those stories as we take you around the Northland after the break.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3.
Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. Plus, subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
The most important thing in the Chevy Equinox is not forward collision alert or automatic emergency braking. No, the most important thing in the Equinox isn't any of the advanced safety features we've put into it. It's what you put into it. Chevy Safety Assist, standard on every 2021 Chevy Equinox.
Get a $4,000 cash allowance on most 2021 Equinox models. Plus, current Chevy owners with an eligible GM credit card get an additional $1,750 total allowance. Visit TrueNorthChevyDealers.com.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company, Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
I'd gotten to the point to where I hurt every night and hurt a lot. After hearing about disability specialists, I made a call to them. They told me what documentation that I needed to prove my disability. Since I have became disabled and filed for disability, the quality of life is really improved. They tell you what they need you to do, and they make it the easiest for you to do it.
There is some positive breaking news. We've got a lot of important new information for you and your family.
Wash your hands.
Wear a mask.
Mantén distancia.
Stay home when you're sick.
Slow the spread.
We can do this together.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from a pretty quiet Giants Ridge as we hit midweek. Dave will be in with your full forecast in just a few minutes, but first let's take a look around the region. A new tour at Split Rock Lighthouse is coming next month, and a sled dog race is in its third year. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We'll start things off tonight in Bayfield County, Wisconsin, where the Wisconsin Lake Superior Scenic Byway has received national designation as a National Scenic Byway. This recognizes the byway's high-quality natural, cultural, historical, and recreational features. According to Bayfield County's tourism director, this designation does not impose any new restrictions to the road. She says it only further highlights the many reasons Bayfield County is a world-class destination. Next, we head to Split Rock Lighthouse, where spring is officially in the air. The historic location has announced programs for the upcoming tourism season, including a new tour option. Beginning March 1st, there will be new daily pop-up history lessons and a monthly rotating photography exhibit called Photography at the Rock. Then, beginning March 13th, the new tour called the Keeper's Tour will begin. This guided tour will be the only way to go inside the famous lighthouse. Pricing and other events can be found on their website. We'll wrap up tonight in Iron River, Wisconsin, where the 3rd annual Northern Pines Sled Dog Race is taking place this Saturday. Mushers will set out from the Northern Pines Golf Course at different times throughout the day, depending on how far they're racing. The earliest will take off at 8:30, and all races are expected to be done by about 3 o'clock. Spectators are welcome to watch at the clubhouse or other socially distant viewing locations, which can be found on their Facebook page. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, go ahead and send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, we continue our Black History Month series with a look into the namesake of Myers-Wilkins Elementary School.
It started cold around here again this morning, 22 below, for example, at the airport in Duluth. But the finish, 11 above, a lot warmer than it's been. Normal, though, was still 25, and we just might get there perhaps by Sunday. We'll talk about our increase in temperatures and the chance for the snow coming across tonight in just a few more minutes.
Wash your hands.
Wear a mask.
Mantén distancia.
Stay home when you're sick.
Slow the spread.
We can do this together.
Nick Bolton here to tell you about the newest tack light innovation, the Bell & Howell Tack Pen. We made a tack light the size of a pen, visible up to 2 nautical miles away, has a disorienting defensive strobe, zooms in to focus its beam wherever you want, and won't quit even in the most bitter cold or extreme heat. And yes, it survived getting run over by my Humvee. Clips to your pockets so you can take it anywhere, can help you make quick repairs or break a window in an emergency. It even functions like a regular pen. There's just nothing like it on the market today.
Act now to get your Bell & Howell Tack Pen for just $19.99, and we'll even ship it to you free. Like all of our tactical products, it features genuine Bell & Howell craftsmanship, backed by our 10-year warranty. While supplies last, you can get a second one. Just pay a separate fee. Get yours today.
To order, call 1-800-363-5604 or go to buytackpen.com. That's 1-800-363-5604, or you can order online at buytackpen.com.
Amazing power, amazing speed, one ultra cool price. Take your internet to the extreme, starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Experience blazing hot speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Turn up the intensity with powerful in-home Wi-Fi and stay chill with 99.99% network reliability. Get extreme internet, starting at $19.99 a month for 1 year. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
Join us weeknights for Live at 5 as we go around the Northland, city by city.
Coming up tonight, how math equations are helping Ashland County Public Health with their vaccine clinics.
The deepest of the cold snap is gone, but it is still cooler than normal. Got a little bit of snow activity earlier tonight. Coming back tomorrow, questions we'll answer.
Tonight at 6. CBS3 weather is brought to you by Lake Superior College. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, as I mentioned, it was pretty brisk again this morning, but hopefully it's the last bitter cold morning for at least a little while. Temperatures are going up for the daytime highs and the overnight lows, but boy, this morning it went down to 33 below again towards the Ely area. Yeah, their sensors working again pretty well now, I guess. 29 below in Hibbing. Grand Rapids pretty chilly as well. 28 below in International Falls, 22 below for Hermantown, and into the 20s below for Moose Lake, and Solon Springs and Hayward as well, and even 25 below for Ironwood down towards Watersmeet. But maybe 10 below is as cold as we get tomorrow morning for inland parts of Minnesota, a sign that things are warming up. And in between, a chance for a little light snow tonight, which we'll talk about after the current conditions. Coming in from Duluth International, it's 10 above, east-southeast winds running 8 miles per hour, and now finally no wind chill advisory for anybody tonight. Another sign of the warm-up. Air pressure at the surface a little bit high at 3.38 inches of mercury, but there's a small trough working up aloft and over, and that's creating the clouds and dropping a little bit of light snow even as we speak. Current temps are going from 13 to 18 in the Upper Peninsula, and the range in northern Wisconsin goes from 13 in Superior to 15 towards Cornucopia and Red Cliff and LaPointe. And into Minnesota here, well, 10 to 12 is a common theme, but we do have 14 in Moose Lake, and it's down to 7 up the Gunflint Trail, but still, it is getting warmer, thank goodness, and probably by Monday of next week, we'll be into a warm spell, going from one extreme to the other. Now, that low-pressure system that's coming our way, it's already kicking up a couple of light snow showers here, especially around the head of the lakes, and that's coming courtesy of a low-pressure system that came out of South Dakota and is now riding the border with Iowa and is slated to slide off towards the east. So tonight and through tomorrow morning, there's a chance for some light snow showers and some flurries. And then once we get into Friday, this high pressure system takes over to bring back the sun and make it dry once again. But this is not an Arctic high pressure system. Our temperatures will not drop. In fact, they'll go up over the weekend. Now, in between, that snow chance, yes. How much are we going to get? I think most towns are going to run about a trace to an inch. And the inch, maybe an inch and a half, is most likely towards the snow belt. So it's not a huge deal, but still could make the road slippery overnight. So tomorrow morning's commute, please exercise a touch of caution. Now, let's take a look at the forecast. Minnesota tonight, 5 above by the lake, 10 below inland. It's getting harder to make it warmer by the lake now that the lake's starting to freeze over, but we can still do it at least by a couple of degrees. 60% chance for that light snow tonight. Wisconsin, Michigan, low temps, they're going to go from 0 to 3 above. Warm spell. And southerly winds will help egg that on. So for tomorrow, especially in the morning in Wisconsin, Michigan, 20% chance for follow-up flurries. Then afternoon highs from 16 to 19 above. Minnesota highs go from 12 to 17 above. 20% morning flurry chance for folks there as well. And now we unfurl and unfold the 7-day forecast, which says sunny and 15 on Friday. So the high pressure clears us up, doesn't cool us down. In fact, it makes us 20 on Saturday. But keep in mind the normal's 25. We'll beat that Sunday, 30. Then lower to mid-30s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Another low might graze us, might increase clouds for the start of next week, but right now I don't think it's going to bring us any snow.
Love to see all that sunshine. Thanks, Dave. In this week's Black History Month series, we're taking a closer look at the life of a prominent African-American Duluth woman who many call a trailblazer. Marjorie Kelly Wilkins, the namesake of Myers Wilkins Elementary, was born in Duluth on May 3rd, 1923. Wilkins was Duluth's first African-American surgical nurse and anesthetist. She was heavily involved within the community, serving as NAACP president from 1968 through the 70s. Her only son, Alan Wilkins, says though she was a smart and well-respected woman, his mother also endured racism.
I really can't imagine what that was like in 1950, dealing with someone that you knew did not like you at all, had no respect for you whatsoever, and making them comfortable enough to be put to sleep by them. That's a special person.
Coming up at 6, we'll hear more about Wilkins' life and her lastly legacy at Myers Wilkins Elementary. Well, through Juneteenth this summer, those in Wisconsin will have the opportunity to be a part of a 21-week challenge led by the United Way of Wisconsin. Participants will receive an email each week centered around different topics about racism. United Way officials say topics were chosen to get people to think about issues they maybe haven't thought about before. If you're interested but haven't signed up yet, there is still time. Visit unitedwaywi.org. Here's a live look over the city of Duluth, where the school district is celebrating a milestone, 500,000 meals. That's the achievement recently hit as distance learning continues for many students during the pandemic. For almost a year now, Duluth Public Schools has distributed bagged meals to make sure everyone has access to food while learning at home. Staff prepared and distributed those meals through pickup and drop-off locations across the city. District leaders say families are grateful for the convenience and they will continue to provide meals as long as the need is there.
We always want to do more because we feel that there are always people out there that maybe don't know about us or they've never needed to use our program before, so they're unsure of what to do, and they don't realize that all you need to do is show up and just say, you know, I have 2 children, or have the children with you, whatever is best for your family, and then just grab the meals and go.
The program is free and available to all students under 18. We have more information, including where to access meals, on our website. Still to come, folks in the U.S. are not the only ones being affected by this extreme winter weather. Where else it has been cold and snowy after the break.
Everything is on sale, plus 0% interest financing until 2024 during the President's Day sale at Home Furniture. This 2-piece sectional is now just $9.99 and free shipping when you spend $4.99 or more. The President's Day sale at Home Furniture.
Enhance your quality of life. Increase your mobility. Achieve your potential. For specialized, individualized care, call Northern Orthotic and Prosthetic Center, providing the professional care you deserve. Northern Orthotic and Prosthetic Center, serving people throughout northern Minnesota, Wisconsin, and upper Michigan.
Do you worry about going to the dentist? Well, relax.
The Carefree dental card is now available in your area. Call the number on your screen and we'll send your actual card at no cost today. With the Carefree dental card, you go to the dentist whenever you need and you instantly pay a lot less. The Carefree dental card is just $15.95 a month. So call now and make going to the dentist carefree.
Call 1-800-945-8449 to receive your free Carefree dental card information kit.
Hi, John with Prime Appliance, and this is one of the best times of the year to buy appliances because manufacturers are sending us their new models weekly, and we need the room, so we're closing out last year's models at rock-bottom prices. Save over $400 on this 30-inch wide, 20-cubic-foot Whirlpool French door refrigerator in smudge-free stainless with ice and water, now just $17.29. Financing always available. Have our pros deliver and install or take it home today. Prime Appliance, it's the best place to buy your appliances.
Last year, when people were going hungry, Subaru and our retailers donated 50 million meals to Feeding America. And yet, 1 in 4 children may still face hunger. So as part of our love promise, Subaru and our retailers are doing it again, donating an additional 100 million meals to help those in need. Love, it's never been needed more than right now. Subaru, more than a car company.
Join us at RJ Sport and Cycle February 15th through 20th for our first annual in-house boat show brought to you by Mercury Marine. Shop our remaining inventory or order to reserve your new 2021 boat powered by Mercury before it's too late. Attend one of our seminars from local pros such as Jared Houston of Houston's Guide Service, Billy Rosner from Wild Country Guide Service, and Grant Sorensen, host of Superior Angling. Food and beverages will be available for purchase Friday and Saturday. Check out our website for seminar signups and schedules.
There is nothing that we want more than students learning together safely.
And we only get to do that if we can all get through this together with everybody safe and healthy.
We can do this. We can do this.
During Home's President's Day sale at Sleep Express, get 0% financing for 6 years on any Tempur-Pedic mattress. Plus, save up to $500 on adjustable mattress sets with free delivery, setup, and get a free $300 shopping card. Home's President's Day sale at Sleep Express.
Across the nation, we have seen crazy winter weather lately, but we are not alone. Abnormal winter weather has been seen around the world this week. A cold front coined as Medea made its way into the country of Greece on Saturday. It has since buried neighborhoods and blanketed ancient monuments in several feet of snow. Thousands have been left without power or water, but forecasters say temperatures are expected to warm up. And snow has even been flying in Jerusalem today on this Ash Wednesday. This storm isn't expected to be as bad as the storm that swept through in 2013, but plows and power crews are on alert. Finally, not everyone has been negatively impacted by all of this winter weather. Din-Din, a panda at the Moscow Zoo in Russia, has been happy as can be, rolling around and playing in the snow. Temperatures in Moscow are expected to drop 7 to 12 degrees below average for the next few days.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the growing emergency in Texas after the Lone Star State spends another night in the bitter cold, and the race to restore power as nearly 100 million Americans face a new round of snow and crippling ice. Plus, is your mask fake? Federal agent sees 1 million counterfeit medical masks headed to hospitals. The new details tonight. And unifying America, a group of Americans from both sides of the political spectrum come together in the spirit of unity. That's tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health St. Mary's Heart and Vascular Center. Don't avoid care during COVID-19. Ask your doctor how to stay heart healthy.
Menards carries the products you use every day. Everyone needs a battery that they can rely on. So choose Energizer batteries and products. Grab a 16-pack of Energizer AA or AAA alkaline batteries for only $7.99 each. While you're here, stock up on light bulbs. Sylvania LED bulbs are long-lasting and energy efficient. This 3600 lumen extra bright LED light bulb is just $14.99. Now, during Menards Race to Savings Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact and subcompact tractors. Our reliable #1 selling tractors are designed for easy operation and feature all the performance-matched attachments needed to tackle any job. Right now, get 0 down and 0% APR for 60 months, plus save up to $1,000.
No one serves you better than Bullet Implement. Be a little bit brave. Don't ever be afraid to.
Got a couple questions.
Do you think it's time for schools to reopen?
We are still talking about the story, and rightfully so.
Everything that happens on a day-to-day basis in terms of news, no matter what happens in news, weather is always constant, weather is always changing as well. So it's still an important role as the meteorologist to kind of still stay grounded and to kind of just know that role and what to take and kind of just make sure you're delivering what's the most important for your viewers. But then also I like to touch base on the national things. All of those news stories also tie in with weather stories because they do go kind of hand in hand.
Watch Jenna and Caitlin in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m. Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men, celebrating 30 years in business in 2021 with 30% off store-wide, downtown Duluth.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight we learned more about the American Rescue Plan and what the Biden administration is holding firm on in their first 100 days. They say there will be enough vaccine doses to vaccinate all Americans by the end of July. And tonight at 6, hear reactions from school districts on the new guidelines for allowing Minnesota students back in the classroom. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.